There we go. All right, so let's get started. And we're gonna try this round 2. Sharing my screen here. So as I just mentioned, my screen might look a little bit different because I don't have any real listings or real buyers in here. So we have my test account. So you should, at this point, when you're submitting an offer/commission request, have your opportunity ready to go. So let's go ahead. We'll start with buyers. And I'm just going to open up my opportunity here. And you should all have your documents uploaded, all the required documents, have everything submitted to compliance within 48 hours. So we don't need to go over that. And then you're going to go to the offers and commissions tab. Now to do this, we're going to go ahead and add a new offer because before you submit a commission, you need to have an offer in there. I do get the question often whether or not, and we get it more on the listing side, obviously, whether you have to put multiple offers in here. You don't. You can just do the one that has been accepted. And that way you're not doing all this extra work. Now, if you want a complete, listing of every offer your buyer has put in or every offer that's come into the listings, you'll be able to add multiple offers in here. But all that is required is the one that's going to go ahead and go through. So I'm going to create offer. And we have this screen. We have the initial offer, the offer date, and then we're going to select our close date. This is going to be a real fast close. We're going to close by the 30th of September. And we just had the offer put in today. Now I'm going to go ahead and search for a property address. I'm going to use one that I used previously because it's going to come up with an error for me. But I want to show you if it'll actually work with the error this time. Okay. See, now I'm getting an error. It says address required. We're going to see this a lot on new construction, or you may see it a lot on new construction. The reason I do it this way is so that if you see this error, you know exactly what to do. This will confuse many people, but you can actually click on it and here it is. If we scroll down, by clicking on it, it's allowing us to manually input the address. So I'm not going to use that address. I'm going to go ahead and, of course it does that. Okay. So I'm deleting out this address. I'm going to go ahead and just use our address here. And I can manually input any address I want. I could even put 123 Sesame Street, but obviously you're going to want to put in the actual address. We go ahead and submit it, and we can move on to parties now. It's going to want to know your seller's information. We are going to have my son selling the home. And there's all sorts of additional information that you can put in here. So now remember, you're the buyer, so any of the information you already have will populate. So if you have the phone number already in your opportunity, it's going to be in their address, so on and so forth. You can, at that point, put in the seller information, but you only have to put in the required fields. So you're going to need that name. You're also going to need the representation. And remember, representation is going to be the other agent. Okay, so then we went on and we have agent analysis. This is where it's going to want to know information about your offer. We're going to go ahead and say I put $100,000 cash down, and I'm going to go ahead and finance $300,000 for a total sales price of $400,000. Now you don't have to, but you can put in your earnest amount. You can put in a percentage, or you can put in a specific amount. There's also the option fees, all the things that you can put in, but they're not required.
Question.
Yeah.
What is an option fee?
Like I believe it's going to be the fees for the options that are on the new build. We can put it in and see what happens.
Okay, I was just curious because I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, it's basically just asking any of the information about the offer itself.
Okay.
So then we have the option to go to the next step. I don't believe. Uh-oh. Oh man, by going back, we totally killed my offer. So let's start over on the offer. Sorry, guys. We learned something new today, that you can't hit the back button. Otherwise, it wipes out that offer. So I'm just going to go right back in and put in all the information so that we can quickly get back here. so then, yeah, it doesn't look like in that area it asks for due diligence, but it does have the earnest money there. And we're going to put $100 in the option fee because I'm actually not 100% sure what that one is. I've not noticed it at all. So agent analysis, this is where you can put any information that or any notes about the offer that you want, not a required field, but you can definitely put them in there. And we're going to go ahead and save. Now this is our offer. We've put in all the information. Before we can move forward to creating that commission request, we have to accept our offer. So I just click the accept. Now this is going to populate a commission request. I'm going to go to manage commission. And that's where I'm going to make any changes. So when you created your opportunity, you already put in what the commission rate was. But say that's changed, say, you know, you got it wrong. It's going to now be 2.6%. All of this contract and close date is still the same. So we're going to go ahead and save the changes. Hold on just a second.
Commission rate is what you're getting paid, not the overall commission rate, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. This is your commission on the deal.
Okay.
Now, if you've noticed, I made a change to the total commission up here, but these numbers don't match. It's not going to let me go forward until these two numbers match because the gross commission must match the total commission. All you need to do to fix that is go into agent payment. And then we're going to calculate commission here. And that's going to automatically update this agent payment information to match the general information.
Okay.
This is where we can also put in any donations to KW Cares, KW Kids Can. You can also add additional deductions. So say, for example, you have for your PC coaching, you can add the deduction there. So you would put in what the amount is, say it's, you know, $100. You can go ahead and the description, you can put in PC coaching, you can put in pay to, you know, grant, or even better yet, I want to do $100 to Garner Family Fund. So you can put that in. And then we stick in the address here for KW Platinum. Boom. And again, only the starred fields are required when you put in a deduction. So we're going to add that in. I'm going to go ahead and say I had a bonus, say there was, you know, an extra $300 on here. So I'm going to add my bonus of $300. And it is always split with the market center. And on this particular deal, it was a referral. So let's go ahead and we're going to add an outside referral. It is always an outside referral, regardless of whether they are in KW or not. It's always on your commission tab, outside referral. So my referral percentage is I owe this agent 30% of my commission. Now, this is going to require you to put in a tax ID number, which is why you always have to have that referral, the referral agreement, as well as a W-9 uploaded. You do need the tax ID number or it's not going to let you go further. I'm not going to go any further because I don't actually have a tax ID number or referral agreement to put in there. But once you put all of the deductions, all of your bonuses, you'll go ahead and save changes. And now, if you guys, oops, my bad. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now you can see over here, it's going to go ahead and give you a complete breakdown. Move this up here of my total commission. It gives me total commission, my bonus, the royalty, the company commission coming out, anything additional that I'm deducting will come in there as well. And then it tells me what I'm getting paid.
I have another question. On
Yes.
the pay to agents, if that is more than the previous, then that means that something hasn't been calculated correctly, right? Or would that pay to agents include the buyer's agent, or I mean, in this case, the seller?
I'm not understanding the question. Can you?
Like when I tried doing it earlier,
Uh-huh.
I'll just look at it again. I did something wrong, I'm sure. Oh, I
Not-
see. I see my question. Total commission.
Yeah, total commission must match that agent gross commission. That's where we went into edit agent payment
Okay,
and we had to calculate commission.
okay, okay. I'm caught up.
Awesome. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and push submit because I want the market center to see the commission request. That's what prompts me to go ahead and take a peek, make sure everything looks good. And that's what you'll get occasionally where I'm like rejecting and send you something back like this needs to be done. You can also go ahead and donate to KW Cares and KW Kids Camp or Kids Can, or you can skip and submit. I'm going to skip and submit for all intents and purposes for today. Now, if something changes, say you do this 3 weeks out and something falls through, the deal doesn't happen, all you have to do at this point, request termination. By terminating, it's going to be permanently removed. Yeah, we want to go ahead and request that termination. Does this all make sense so far?
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions at this point? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Question for you. If I'm acting as a dual agent and I have both buyer and seller side, do I need to do 2 different opportunities with 2 different commissions?
Yes, absolutely, because it's counting as 2 different units. You're the buy unit and you're the sell unit. So you will have to create a commission and an opportunity for both sides. And you want the commission rate on each side to be applicable to that side. So say the total commission is 6% and 2.4 is going to the buyer, 3.6 going to the listing. You'll have to have the 3.6% on your listing commission and 2.4 on your buy commission. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, okay. And how about if I have a, one that just falls through, I canceled that one, but I've got another on the same property. I'm the listing agent. I have another property. Do I need to do a new opportunity?
Nope, you can actually go into your documents and you'll actually, because I have no documents in here uploaded, it's not gonna let me do it, but there's an option to add another version. It'll have, I think it's a status sign, and then you can click down on it and it'll say version 2. And that'll keep all your original documents in there. And then it'll also allow you to go ahead and upload the new documents. So you still have everything in the same opportunity. That's going to come more frequently with listings than it would buyers, I would think. What else you got for me, Zach?
No, I've had all, that's all of my mistakes.
Does anybody else have any other questions so far before we work on the listing side? Okay. So now listing is going to be very, very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my listing opportunity. Again, I've already uploaded and submitted all of my required documents as they've come in within 48 hours so that compliance can already go ahead and approve everything. And because this is my listing, I've finally decided on the offer that I'm accepting for the house, or that my seller's accepting. So we're going to add the new offer in here. And this one is going to go ahead and close. It's going to be until October 6th. So then we're going to go ahead and add the parties, who's buying it. And let's see, my mom is going to go ahead and buy this house. And she is pre-approved. But again, with this, you really only need to put in everything that has the red star. You can put in more information for yourself so that you have it, but it is not required. We're going to go ahead and say Wendy is my the agent on the other side of the deal. And we're going to go into terms. And that's where we're going in, and they're bringing in $250,000 in cash because they're a nice big buyer from California. And the other $250,000 is coming from financing. Then we're going to continue on down with any other information we want to put in about that specific offer. Then we can go into agent analysis. Here's where I can put in some information about the offer. You know, this is a great offer because X, Y, and Z. We can save this. There we go. All right, and now this is the offer that we're accepting, so I'm going to go ahead and accept it. You also have the option to reject an offer if you wanted to put in multiple. So actually, let's go ahead and I'm going to change response on here and let's see what the rejected looks like so you can see. It's fine. Okay, so we decided to reject this offer. And so it's still there, shows the status is rejected, so you can add multiple in there if you wanted to kind of keep track of it in that opportunity. For all intents and purposes, to make this go a little faster, we're going to go ahead and just go back to accepting it. And because we've accepted this offer, I'm going to go ahead and manage my commission. Now on this one, nothing's changed. All the information is the same. It's still going to be a $13,000 commission check. It's 2.6% commission rate. So I'm not going to make any changes on this one. All the deductions are still there. Just a note, if you are very close to capping, and you will be capping very soon, you're still going to see all the numbers that you need to cap, because command doesn't know which of your opportunities is going to close first. It might be originally scheduled for today, but hey, guess what? It's pushed back another 2 weeks, and this other opportunity ended up closing before it. So you'll see that. It also sometimes takes command a little bit of time to catch up. So if there are any changes, for example, if we've changed your commission rate from 70-30 to 80-20, or if you have capped recently, command may still have that old information on there. Don't worry, never fear, because it's correct in my system that I process the commissions off of. So I will catch it on the back end. You can also be super helpful and add me a note and say, at Jessica. Usually it comes up. Well, for whatever reason, it's not coming up. But either way, you can put the note here, because when I look at it, I'm going to see the note right under where it says pay to agent. Hey, Jess, I capped. Please update my commission. It won't end up updating it in command, but again, it will update on the back end, because I do that. It automatically does it on the back end, even if command's not caught up. And then we can go ahead and submit this commission request. Oh, what are we missing? The listing is required for the opportunity type. Please attach a listing to continue. Well, it's going to make me go back. Of course it is. Okay, so what it wants me to do is actually add some listing information, address and such in here. But because this is not a real opportunity, I can't do that. So also, just as kind of a fun thing, if we go ahead and we reject our offer, and we don't want to see a whole bunch of offers in here, we can remove offer. You have that ability. It will remove it forever. Boom. Yes, I'm removing that one. All right. Does anybody have questions so far? Okay. Awesome. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to make note of, and in the details tab. Now, if you submit a commission request, I can usually see it on until I approve it. Now, to keep me being able to see it, so when I get your check, you want to make sure that the phase is in active. Right now it's in cultivate. So if I were to go look for this opportunity, if there's, if I've already approved the commission request, I'm not going to be able to find it. That's when you get those emails back from me saying, hey, I got this check, but I can't find the opportunity. Can you make sure it's active? So what you need to do is just go right up here to the little pencil. And then you need to change the opportunity phase to active. And this will allow it to be visible to me, because until it's active, I can't see it on my Command MC, which is the version of Command that I use for commission requests. So just make sure that it is active so I can see it after the fact. And I'm going to make it unactive so I don't see it later. Does anybody else have questions? Or anybody have questions? I guess I didn't answer a question. Is this all making sense so far?
Yep, all is good.
Awesome. I'm gonna
Hey,
stop.
Jessica, I got a question.
Sure.
I heard you say within 48 hours. Are you talking about within 48 hours of the closing date?
No, when you have your documents, you're supposed to be in compliance. Make sure that they are submitted up into command within 48 hours.
Okay, in command.
It's
Okay.
just, yeah.
Now, if they're in DocuSign, I need to put them over in command.
Yes. The other reason that you want to make sure that they're in command ahead of time is because if it's not approved by compliance, I'm not writing you a check.
Okay.
I can have the money right here, sitting here, but you're missing that professional services disclosure, or it hasn't been approved by compliance. I'm not allowed to write you that check. So you have to
Got
get
it.
it in and submitted and approved by compliance. So if they reject something, if they say, hey, you know, you need to get another signature on, I don't know, mineral oil gas disclosure, you go ahead and you get that in because they'll reject it. And until they approve it, I can't write you the check. Make sense?
It does.
Awesome.
Got it. Thank you.
Of course. Do we
I
have?
have to go now, but thank you very much.
Thanks, Angela. I'm glad you were able to attend.
Me too.
All right. So if there's no other questions, was this helpful? Make sense? Do you all feel more comfortable with the commissions and the offers tab? I'm getting a couple of head nods. Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna stop the recording.